There are videos that I make where I have important things to say about the horrors of grave robbing the wreck of the Titanic and how the provenance of most museum artifacts give no ethos to the cultures of the people whose lands those artifacts are stolen from. Other times I talk about Clown in a Cornfield, which is a dichotomy that I both accept and revel in.
It sucks more than anything.
Alright, so Clown in a Cornfield, Clown in a Cornfield, Corn in a Clownfield. I saw Clown in a Cornfield, which is, of course, a movie, a midnight movie, and fittingly, it should only be reviewed at midnight. That was supposed to jump cut us to nighttime. I set that up because I have easier access to midnight than a cornfield. Why doesn't anything work? This is the enshittification of the jump cut. Maybe I'm just bad at snapping. Can I at least jump cut us to the trailer?
This is what I wanted to show you. Isn't it cool?
Okay, yeah, cool, much better. So Clown in a Cornfield, Clown in a Cornfield. We're gonna talk about Clown in a Cornfield. Connor McClown in a Cornfield of the Clan McClown in a Cornfield. This movie is about... well, goddamn, you're not gonna believe this. It's about a clown in a cornfield. Crazy, right? That's not where the clowns go. Did I peak with that Titanic video? I may have. There are times watching Clown in a Cornfield where I felt like they wanted to make their own version of Terrifier.
But people found that too popular.
What Clown in a Cornfield is, it's for all you cool cats out there who want to see Terrifier, but mom says you've got Terrifier at home. And there's a burning question at the heart of Clown in a Cornfield, and it needs answering, and fast, before it burns down the cornfield, which would, now that I think about it, that would take care of the clown. And the corn, also. That might be a little too much to risk, though. And then what's going to flavor my soda? What will Goldberg have left to eat the long way? And that question is this movie any good? Because you probably wouldn't think so based on its title, its premise, and about the first 45 minutes of it, which may prove to be a deal breaker for some, but I think it's worth toughing out. Because there's some back half subversions that it has that are actually kind of interesting, and there's a little bit more going on in the plot than just, hey look, a spooky clown. I did make sort of a Temu Terrifier joke earlier, but I would actually rather have a movie like this than Terrifier, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're two different types of movies, but I like what this one does more. There's a little bit more going on under the hood. There's a generational bent to it that's at least an interesting idea, and as somebody who is smack dab in the middle between the olds and the youths, I feel like I'm an unbiased referee just watching Ken Watanabe style.
Let them fight.
I'm kidding, of course. I side with the kids mostly these days.
Fuck yeah, stick it to the old people.
The movie is overall, I think, fine, I suppose. It's a bit clunky in spots, and the comedy bits are drawn out, and the one-liners take a little too long to deliver, and not all of them hit. But I kind of expect that from a movie that has as much focus on comedy as this one does when it's not expressly billed as a comedy. But when it's letting its hair down a little bit and it's trying to be something other than a bog standard slasher killer clown movie, it's actually a bit of fun. At least I had fun. Until one part later in the movie, and by the way, guy that was in my theater who said, "Aw, hell no," when the two dudes kissed, fix your heart
Or die.
The real reason I'm even making a video about Clown in a Cornfield is as an apology to Clown in a Cornfield. You see, I went into it thinking it was going to be absolute dog shit. And I came up with a Connor McClown in a Cornfield of the Clan McClown in a Cornfield bit, and I knew that was just way too good of a zinger to let die and flow away into the ether, never to be used in a video. So I was like, fuck, I guess I gotta see this movie now. It'll be shit. I'll make a video saying how bad it is, and that will be it. And then I saw it, and I thought it was kind of okay. I guess if there is any sort of message to be taken from this, it is not to judge a book by its cover, but I think the cover should matter a little bit, not to completely take agency away from me. I think it's important to judge books by their covers because it's going to be the first thing you see. I mean, I know that phrase is like, hey, don't judge somebody for looking strange, and yeah, that's true, but I mean, Clown in a Cornfield looked like shit!
Oof, Maron, he looks terrible.
Wait a minute, hold on. I've decided to do a 180 on this. You can't be mad at me for thinking Clown in a Cornfield was gonna be dog shit. I didn't know it was based on a book. I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. I don't know shit about shit, okay? I look at covers and judge what I'm going to do based off of how those covers look.
I need to calm down.
I suppose the actual point of all of this is that I am a fraud, and I hope you enjoyed this scam of a video that I still put work into, by the way, and if you enjoyed it, good, because that was the whole point. So peep the links, check out my other work, support me if you can, love me if you must, and have a great rest of your day.